Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel. And today we're going to be looking at a brand new product and a very talked about one, and that is Aroma by Marcos Waldemar and Invisible Compass and Illusionist. It's a very interesting, innovative, most importantly, and fooling effect that plays different to your usual card/coin magic. It is something that uses your nose and your senses in order to achieve what it does. It's very interesting, and I think a lot of you are going to want to know about this, especially if you are into mentalism. There's some incredible applications that this could allow you to do. So let's roll the intro and get straight into it. Perfect, so you decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Aroma. So what is Aroma? Aroma is essentially an effect that will play with your spectator's senses and will make them smell different smells, and you'll be able to technically control their sense of smell on your input. And the best way for me to kind of tell you how this works is to give you a performance. But unfortunately, I don't have a spectator, so the performance isn't the best, but you'll get what I mean through this mock performance. So imagine I have a spectator here with me, and I tell them that we're going to try something here that involves them. So you want them to compose themselves because this is going to use their senses. So you want them to maybe take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, because what you're going to do may seem not real, but it will be 100% real. So then you tell them to take this piece of paper and to smell it and to tell you what it smells like. And they're going to smell, and they're going to tell you it smells like nothing. So you're going to tell them, perfect. So I want you to take the pen and write nothing on the top of the card, right? So they're going to say that it smells like nothing. You tell them, look, smell it again. What does it smell like? And they're going to say nothing. So you say, perfect, right? So the paper smells like nothing if you write nothing on it. But now let's say I'm going to an ice cream shop and I buy my favorite flavor of ice cream, which is apple. So let's say I do this and I write here apple. But now you really put your senses and your focus on the paper, right? Can you take it and smell it before you close your eyes or whatever you want to do? They smell it and it smells like nothing. But say, now look, I want you to take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, however you want to present it, and really imagine that you're in this ice cream shop and you can taste the apple ice cream. What does it smell like? You put it next to them and they will swear it smells like apple. And you tell them apple, right? But now I want you to unfocus yourself. Imagine that you leave this shop, and if I were to just scribble it out, what does it smell like? And they can take it and smell it, and it does not smell like apples anymore. And I say, look, we'll try this one last time, and I want you to do this. So I want you to imagine that you go in this shop and you see different ice cream flavors. Let's say you see pineapple, mango, strawberry, and lemon. Out of these four ones, if you could get one ice cream flavor, which would you get? And let's say they go for strawberry. So they say strawberry. So I want you to imagine the person taking the scoops, putting you the scoop on your ice cream, and I want you to take it and you write it. So this spectator is doing this. He will write strawberry, his selection. He will write it. And you say, perfect. And now I want you to take the piece of paper with both hands and just bring it to your nose and smell it and really focus on it, that it smells like strawberry. They're going to smell it and it will smell like strawberries. I kid you not, it will. They place it down and you say, look, take the pen back, scribble up, keep the pen, pick up the paper. Now that you scribble it, smell it. They're going to smell it. And once it is scribbled out, it will not smell like strawberry. And that is the full performance of Aroma. That is what it would feel like. And I kid you not, it is that clean. And when I tell you that that's what they smell, that's how it plays out. That's how it plays out every single time. It is incredible. And I tell you right now, the choice of flavor is also a free choice. There's no equivoke or equivocate. There's no forcing. It is a free choice of ice cream that they get to pick from the imaginary ice cream stand or the imaginary smoothie, whatever you want to do as a performance. That's how good this is, and that's how it plays out. The reaction that Peter Turner had in the tutorial is 100% genuine. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic product. So now that you know what Aroma can achieve, let's talk about where you buy this, how much does it cost, and what do you get. So you can buy this directly from illusionist.com. It's the only place that is selling it as of now. It will set you back $35 US, which is around 50-ish Canadian. And what you get is this box. Inside of this box, you're going to get a multitude of things. You're going to get your Aroma gimmick, which is something that will allow you to do a few different things with the principles involved here. You're then also going to get your, I'm not going to tip anything, your aroma. You're also going to get your aromas with this. And the aromas that you get are things that you can buy off Amazon once they deplete, because this does deplete an aroma per performance. And you get around, I would say, easily around 200-ish performances from what is provided here for you. And for $10 US, you can buy around 500 more performances for $10-ish. So it's very, very cheap to keep buying the refills that you need for this. They're readily available on Amazon. And if you are in the US or in other places in the EU, these products are much easier to find even in some local stores. But here, Canada, because of certain laws, etc., it is harder to get access of those products in stores. So it's much easier to get them online, but they do have them on Amazon. So you're going to get all your gimmick, your aromas. I've also told you about the refill, that you will need to refill this at certain points, and it's relatively cheap. And then you also get your tutorials, which has live performances for both studio and spectators. You're going to get all the information that you need with the main creator. Then Geraint Clark is going to come in and give you some additional tips. Then Peter Turner himself is going to come in and give you some additional tips. And then they also do kind of a small brainstorming session when they do show you that if you don't want to necessarily do it like this, Peter Turner gives you a brilliant idea of how you can use this as a force and have the aroma be forced on them. And he gives you a routine of how you can use forces for certain phases. It's really good. It sparks your creativity. Once you know how this works, you can use a ton of different things. But I feel that the main routine that is provided here is so good that a lot of people are just going to stick with it. That's everything that you get with your purchase. Knowing that now, what is the difficulty for Aroma? Aroma in itself is relatively easy to perform, but it will require, I won't say chops, but it will require confidence and will require kind of the ability to be confident in what you are doing, because it is a very bold-ish method. Even though it works and it's pretty simple and straightforward, it is relatively bold. It does have some sleight of, not really sleight of hand, again, because it's such a new method. I've never seen this method used anywhere else before. So it's such a new method. It's not necessarily a sleight, but you do have to do certain things and hide certain things at certain points in the routine. And you do need to be good with your spectator management and your instructions, and all of that has to be fluid. So it's definitely not something for a beginner. In my opinion, a beginner would not really be able to do this, except if they really put the practice in. But if you are a bit seasoned and you've been in mentalism / magic for quite a bit, you're going to be able to do this without many issues. But it still will require a bit of practice, because as I've said, it's an incredibly new method. So it's not something that you're necessarily used to doing and used to performing, and actions that you're necessarily used to doing in your other routines, because of how new the method is. So even then, it will require a bit of practice and a bit of playing around with in order to get it down and to get it confidently to work every single time. Now about practicality. So how practical is this to perform? Now, as I said, every time you perform this, one of your aromas will deplete. So every single time you will have to refill it. So in order to perform this, you're going to need some papers if you want to do the writing one, a writing tool, preferably a pen rather than a Sharpie, and your gimmick / aromas. So the way that you can do it is you can just carry everything with you, which is a bit much. So I would rather just maybe buy a small kind of, again, I can't tell you to give away the gimmick, but you can buy a small canister or something, put some of your aromas in there, and then you can just add them as a refill during your performances. But the gimmick and the writing tool, or as I said, if you do kind of the ideas that Peter Turner says, you don't even need the writing tool. You can just do it with their imagination and have them smell stuff. But again, you will definitely need the gimmick and the aromas, and then the rest of the tools you can work around depending what you do. So it is a bit to carry around, but not that much. In terms of angles, the angles are, in my opinion, more 180. So this is not something that you could necessarily do surrounded. You could probably get away with it if you're very good. I'm sure that Marcos can probably do it surrounded, but for most people, it is mostly a 180 just to be safe. In terms of repeatability, this can be repeated with different flavors without any problem. And as I said, you can do other effects than just this with the principle at use here. In terms of reset, it will take you around maybe 10 to 20 seconds to reset it before another table or before another performance. And also, you do not necessarily need a table for this. It can be done standing up, sitting down, table, no table. You can work around with that without any issues whatsoever. Now, in terms of where do you perform, so where would you perform this? This is something that could definitely work in a multitude of scenarios. I could see this play really well on stage. I could see this play in parlor with the correct presentation, the correct indications. They could play on really big stages, but it can also play, and it plays even better, in my opinion, in close-up intimate scenarios, because it's even more fooling, because it's hands-on by the spectator in such a tightly knit environment. So they're not gonna think that, because for example on stage, they could think that you're blowing, specific smells on the spectator and people don't smell it. But in really close-knit scenarios, those are dispelled, those ideas are dispelled, and it plays really well in close, intimate scenarios like table hopping, cabaret, close-up parlor, and stuff like that. Is going to play fantastic. So now that we know all of this, what are the positives and negatives of Aroma? Well, one of the negatives of Aroma is that if you are under 18, the refills of this, if you buy them from Amazon, you can still get them. But if you do not have access to them on Amazon and you're under 18, you will not be able to buy the refills of this product. Second drawback is that you will need the reset. Isn't the easiest reset to do when you're out and performing because of what it uses for it to work. It's not the easiest reset. It's not super hard, but it is something that you will have to reset here and there. Additionally, another negative is that there is spectator management, there's location management. You're not going to do this somewhere that's super, let's say, windy or super hot, or something that could distort their sense of smell. Or again, maybe you're going to perform this to someone that doesn't have a good sense of smell, or someone that is sick, so they're not going to smell good that day, so the effect may not work. So there's a lot of different variants and different things that you do have to consider regarding your performing environment in order for this to work. But that comes through experience and through practice and through actually workhorsing this. Okay, having said that, what are the positives? One, the most important positive is that this is new. A lot of products say new method, new idea. No, this is new. This is a method I've never seen before. This uses principles that I've never seen before. This uses an idea that I've never seen before. So this is new. This is something that advances magic. It's rare to get these type of products, but this really is something that pushes magic forward. It really, really is, in my opinion. So that is the most important positive. Second, the routine is baffling. It works. It's incredible. Once you get it down, it's relatively easy to do. It's impressive. It's different to what everyone else is doing. Someone is going to remember you for this. You're not going to be the card guy. You're going to be the guy that made me smell things that didn't exist, or made me smell things just in my imagination. You're going to be that guy, not, oh, he's the guy that did me the card trick, or he's the guy that did me the coin trick. So it's really going to set you apart. It's unique, it's modular, there's a ton of applications, and once you know what this is, your mind is just going to work around and you're going to find a multitude of things to do. So having said that, would I recommend Aroma, and what do I give it out of 10? Even though it does have some drawbacks and has some complications, I think Aroma is a must buy. I know a lot of people are not a fan of Illusionist, and they're not buying this because it is put forward from Illusionist. But I really do think that this does push magic forward, and I think that would be a big mistake for you not to pick this up because it is an Illusionist product, because it is very, very good. And as I said, the refills, you're not going to need to keep buying them from Illusionist. You can buy them somewhere else. So it is fantastic. It's going to last you a long time. It's probably going to be something you will love performing, and it's something that I can guarantee your spectators are going to enjoy being a part of. It really is an experience. It's fantastic. I'm giving Aroma a 9 on 10. It does have some drawbacks and does have some gripes, but even then, that is not enough to deter the genius of this method and of this plot and the ingenuity put behind this product. It is incredible. 9 on 10 for me. If you have any additional questions, leave them down below. If not, I'll see you all in my next review. Have a good one, and